fish. It's the thing people are most afraid to get wrong in the kitchen. And I get it. The fillet sticks to the pan, you try to lift it and it tears in half, and you serve it in pieces. Or it comes out gray and steamed instead of golden. Or it's dry and flaking apart, and you've just ruined something that cost you probably more than you wanted to spend. Most of it comes down to the same 3 conditions. Fix those 3 and the fish stops being the thing that you dread cooking. Today, salmon and ling cod. 2 fish, 2 plates, 3 rules. But first, let's break it down. This is what happens when moisture stands between your fish and the pan. The flesh steams instead of sears. It sticks, and when you try to lift it, it tears. The moment wet flesh hits a hot surface, that moisture vaporizes before the Maillard reaction can start. The fish isn't touching the pan really, it's hovering above it on a cushion of steam. No direct contact means no browning. The heat cooks the flesh through the vapor instead of through the metal. By the time any color develops on the surface, the inside is already overdone. 3 conditions cause this: a wet surface, any residual moisture on the flesh face, a cold fillet. A chilled protein drops the pan temperature the moment it makes contact, and the steam window opens before the sear can start. In a pan that isn't hot enough, without sufficient heat, the oil doesn't recover fast enough and you never get out of the steam zone. 3 fixes. Dry the fillet completely. Paper towels, both sides, especially the presentation face. Bring it to room temperature. 15 minutes out of the fridge before it goes near the heat, and get the pan genuinely hot. The oil should shimmer the moment it touches the surface. Address all 3, and the sear starts the instant the fish makes contact. 3 rules. Dry it, room temperature, ripping hot pan, in that order. These came in skin off today, which is fine. The same 3 rules apply whether you have skin or not. The skin on technique, including how to get the skin to shatter and get really crispy, is in episode 1 if you want that in detail. Today, it's really about the flesh, and the principles are identical. One thing to note on skin off fish, the cook time is faster. Without the skin insulating the flesh from the pan, the heat moves through quickly. You have less margin. The signals matter more, not less. Both fillets have a presentation side, the flat face where the skin was. That's the side that goes down first. It's the smoothest, most even surface on the fillet, which means the most consistent contact with the pan. Rule 2, room temperature. Both fillets should be on the counter for 15 minutes minimum. A cold fillet drops the pan temperature the moment it makes contact. The oil stops shimmering, the steam window opens, and you've already lost the sear before it started. We can use this time for other mise en place. We're gonna make a miso dressing for the salmon plate, a salad. There's an egg, miso, rice vinegar, a spoonful of leftover Thousand Island, and oil. Really simple. The miso is doing the same job Dijon does in classic mayo. It's an emulsifier. Same chemistry as episode 3. Different flavor profile, same mechanism. The miso helps the fat and the water phases bond rather than separate. The egg yolk's lecithin does the structural work, and the miso adds depth and holds everything together. Logic is the same as mustard. Hand blend until it's combined and refrigerate until we need it. Asparagus. Thicker spears today, so 2 steps. Woody ends off first. The bottom third gets peeled with a peeler. On thicker asparagus, this outer layer stays fibrous even when the rest of the spear is cooked. Peel it off and the whole spear cooks evenly. Keeping them whole today. These are going on the plate as spears, not cut. Our green onions are going to get separated into 2 cuts for 2 dishes. The greens, an extreme bias cut, the most acute angle you can hold on the knife, long, thin ribbon strips. These are going on the salmon plate as a garnish. The bias cut gives them length and elegance. A straight cut gives you a circle. Let them sit in cold water and they'll curl into beautiful ribbons. The whites, fine rounds. These are going in the congee bowl with the cod. A different texture, a different flavor punch, sharper and more pungent than the green tops. Asparagus goes in hot and fast. We want char on the outside while the inside is tender but still toothsome. Overcook this and it goes limp. We're after asparagus with color. Once they're in, don't move them. Let one side get that color. Give them a quick flip, and then the same thing on the other side. Off the heat, set aside, and they'll hold. Let's move on to the salmon in review. We've applied Rule 1, which is to dry our fish thoroughly on both sides. Any moisture left stands between the flesh and the heat. You don't get a sear, you get a steam. We've let our fish come up to room temperature. That's Rule 2. Our pan has been preheating. We do our water bead test, same as in episode 1. If it skates, you're ready. Rule 3 confirmed. Our oil goes in, it shimmers immediately. That's the signal. We're placing our seasoned presentation side down first. That sizzle is the sound of moisture flashing off and the Maillard reaction starting immediately. That's what we want. Skin off fillets may still arch slightly as the heat hits the flesh. Just press them gently with a spatula for the first few seconds to keep the entire face in contact with the pan. Then leave them. Watch the sides. The opacity is moving up from the pan. That's how far the heat has penetrated. When it's climbed roughly 40% up the side, you're close to releasing from the pan. Don't flip yet. Test it first. Test with this spatula. If it resists, leave it. If it lifts cleanly, it's releasing because it's ready. Add your butter and herbs. 30 seconds of basting. Same motion as in episode 1 and 5 and others. The butter finishes the top of the fillet gently while the bottom gets the full sear. Carefully flip the fillets. The presentation face, that's the color we were working toward. A few more spoons of butter over it, then cut the heat. The total time in the pan, probably around 4 minutes. Skin off fish moves really fast. We're using the same pan, cleaned out and reheated. Same process, just a different fish. Ling cod is a little flakier and more delicate than salmon. It needs slightly more care when you're ready to flip. Cod can buckle more than salmon. Press each fillet down with a spatula and hold it. The flesh is thinner and the heat gradient is steeper. If it arches, you'll lose that sear in the middle of the fillet. Watch the sides again. Same cue. Opacity is climbing. Cod is thinner, so the window is even shorter. We had a successful spatula test, so in goes the butter, and in this case I'm using bacon fat, and our herbs and garlic. Go ahead and baste for maybe 30 seconds and you'll be ready to flip. Carefully and gently flip here, much more carefully than I did here. And within a few seconds, you'll pretty much be done. Time to plate up. We'll start with our dressing that we made earlier for the salmon salad. Now, the dressing may have tightened up while everything was cooking. Emulsions do this as they cool. A few drops of water and a quick stir will loosen it right back to the right consistency. This is why you want to taste and adjust at the end, not just at the beginning. Let's give it 1 tablespoon of dressing at a time for the greens. Toss to coat. You want every leaf touched, not swimming in the dressing. Our salad greens go down first, then the asparagus, then our salmon, presentation side up always. The seared face is the visual payoff. Don't hide it. Some scattered pickled red onion, where the acidity will help cut through the richness of the butter-basted fish. And then finally our scallion ribbons over the top. The length of the ribbon cut pays off here. They kind of drape rather than sit. Our cod next. Congee goes into a shallow bowl, just a few spoonfuls. You want enough to cushion the fish, but not so much that the fillet just sinks into it. The cod goes on top, again presentation side up. Then a dollop of caramelized onion, where the sweetness of the onion will contrast against the savory congee and the clean white flesh of the cod. Our green onion rounds after that, the whites, which are sharper and more pungent than the ribbons on the salmon plate. Then some bacon, our fried garlic and shallots over the top. The crunch provides the contrast. Congee is soft and warm and the fried alliums are crispy and savory. That's the whole dish in one bite. All right, let's give these a taste. The salmon will separate easily into layers. That's what a properly cooked fillet will do. The moisture is still there and there's a slight pink hue in the center. That's not undercooked, that's perfectly cooked. Nice and moist, the dressing, the acidity from the pickled onion, the char from the asparagus, every element is doing something. Now our cod, a clean white flesh, no rubbery texture, no dry crumble. The congee is able to carry it, the bacon and fried shallots give it the crunch and the fat the congee don't have. Just 3 rules. Dry it, room temperature, ripping hot pan. Apply them every time you cook fish and the result takes care of itself. Next up, shellfish. Different protein, different technique, same principle applies, and the margin for error is even smaller. Drop a comment. What fish do you keep messing up? I want to know. Subscribe for the rest of the series.